It's Star Wars time. Darth Andy here, sending a message to Disney and Lucasfilm. That message is thank you for somehow getting us excited all over again for Star Wars. And no, I'm not talking about Episode 8. That's way later. Way too early to get hyped about that, but I'm talking about a prequel. No, not those prequels. Relax. Yes, this is before the original trilogy, but it looks incredible. Of course, I'm talking about Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story is what they're calling it, I guess is the tagline. I don't know. I would have called it Star Wars Rogue One, not Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's just long. But whatever, there's a lot of firsts here, so let's jump into them. First time, this is steering away from the Skywalker story. Have you had enough of these dang Skywalkers? Rey's likely gonna be related to either Kenobi or Skywalker, or someone, I don't know. So let's focus in on the stories of the people who aren't Jedi, who aren't ones with the Force, because this is a fascinating universe, full of people that are not mythical and powerful and just cool. So our protagonist, Jyn, I believe her name is, looks like a rebel, which fits in with the rebellion, and she tells the audience that.
I rebel.
And it feels like they're really trying to build the atmosphere of the original trilogy. That Star Destroyer scene that flies by, that's gotta be my favorite shot in the trailer. Almost. I'm tied on a few places. But I don't know what it is. It doesn't look animated. I think it could be a model. If it is, that's amazing. All the Star Wars films should be models now. That looks cool. And just that shot with the shadow going back in on itself, and then we see that they're building the Death Star. Yes, as soon as I saw that shot, what happened in my mind was, this story is in the right hands. These people know exactly what they're doing with Star Wars, and it's getting the proper treatment it deserves. So for those who don't know, this story is going to be following a brief sentence that was listed in the A New Hope opening credits that just said, the first success for the rebellion has taken place, yada yada yada. It's just about the people who found the plans for the Death Star and how they either escaped or maybe they didn't. We don't know. That's the great part about all this. This is a standalone film. Rogue One is not getting a sequel. It's not part of the Skywalker trilogy or series or saga, which personally, what I want to see, everyone dies. That can happen now and we wouldn't know it. Since we already know where this ends up, this means anything could happen in this movie. We don't have to worry about cliffhangers like we did in 7, like there's Luke, cutaway, tune in next time. No, none of that. This is just an individual story, which is awesome because that hasn't happened in Star Wars yet. Even A New Hope kind of hinted at a sequel with Darth Vader not completely dying. There was always room for more. But with Rogue One, we're just gonna get a good, clean story about a team of rebels going in, find the plans to destroy the Death Star and those AT-ATs, am I right? Isn't it refreshing to hear those blaster sounds again? That was incredible. And as a fan of the soundtracks of all the movies, I'm personally really excited because this is about fighting the Empire, not the First Order. And since we have the Empire, this means the return of the Imperial March, the coolest theme ever, as I said in my last episode. They blend the theme of the Force in with the Imperial March, which hasn't been done before, and it's amazing. It goes like this. Gosh, that was perfect. This is also the first Star Wars film that doesn't have John Williams. And am I worried about that? Not really. I think it's time. And John Williams is getting old. He should probably retire. You know, he's getting up there. And I know this new composer, actually. He did the Godzilla soundtrack. And if you listen to the Godzilla soundtrack, you're kind of like, yeah, this is pretty lively and actiony. This guy can do Star Wars. So I respect their choice there. And the Imperial March is going to be back. The Stormtroopers have that original design. And Forrest Whitaker, he's a good actor. We love Forrest. Always add some Forrest to anything, makes better. And of course that Bacta tank, we're gonna talk about that. Who's inside it? Lots of people were saying Snoke. Seems reasonable, he has damages in Force Awakens, so he's in this thing. And then the producer tweeted, this isn't Snoke, this is its own story, it's not connected to the other Star Wars films. And of course producers lie all the time, so he could be totally lying straight to our faces. But I personally think that we're all wishing Darth Vader's in this movie, right? Because he exists in this timeline, and he's a fresh Darth Vader. He just got into his suit after Revenge of the Sith. However, James Earl Jones is not listed on the cast list, so it's kind of hard to verify that he's in it, though rumors are spreading that he is. And maybe not his voice. Perhaps just his presence, or he walks around, makes a cameo. Actually, that would kind of tick me off if he just kind of walked by and went and then walked away. That would be kind of boring. But I would think if Anakin Skywalker was in that Bacta tank trying to recover from his injuries on Mustafar, that would be cool. And the Emperor is bowing before him. That's what we see in the shot. He does have those Emperor guards there in the room with him. So then a broken Anakin Skywalker walks out of it with his robotic limbs, and he has to get back in the suit again. And then at the very climax, when they've gotten the plans and they're trying to escape, they're stopped in a hallway. We don't hear a voice. We hear the lightsaber beam. It lights up. We just see the red reflection on their faces, similar to the red reflection we see on Harrison Ford's face when he's about to die. Spoilers, but you should know by now, before, you know, Kylo Ren kills him. Yeah. And we hear the Darth Vader breath, and he walks out of the shadows and starts to just stare down the rebels, and we can tell just by his presence that he's like, hey, you're not getting through here. But he doesn't have to say a word, he can just stare. And we just hear... and then he's slashing with his lightsaber, and they have to run and escape him. Wouldn't that be amazing? The screenwriters of Rogue One have said that there's no Jedi in this movie, but they didn't say Sith, which to me essentially verifies that either the Emperor or Darth Vader is in this movie, or of course Snoke if the producer's lying to us. Either way, I'm excited. What's your favorite thing about the Rogue One trailer? What are you most excited about? Do you think Darth Vader will make an appearance, or do you think that's Snoke in the Bacta tank? Let me know in the comments below, and may the Force be with you on your journeys through YouTube.